Founders of Game Arena and Vanguard.
Strap yourself in and let the games begin. Valorant, a Midwest Showdown coming to you, Cuppa Frank and Dilly G at your service. And we had a killer game to start things off for Group C, and we've got plenty more action coming your way. Before you do anything else, and before we banter about the games, give us a follow and give the channel a follow as well on Twitter at Vanguard Champs for the Vanguard Championship Series. For us, it's pretty simple, it's pretty obvious. At the bottom of your screen, at Cuppa Frank and at DillyG101. Give us that shout out, give us the plug, and off you go. To the meat and potatoes though, this is a 5k LAN that's going down right now, and these teams, they're going 2 for now. A quad overtime that we just saw, not the known overtimes, but Dilly, that was a banger to start things off for us.
That was a banger and a half. The sweat has just finally dried on my brow.
Pop your brow.
It was hot in here, for lack of a better term. And so it was a very exciting to Cuppa and I on the night shift here tonight at the Valorant Midwest Showdown. And as the night shift sets in, we are looking at Gamer Advantage. I want to recommend you head on over to gameradvantage.com. These are gamer lenses. These are glasses clinically proven to help you sleep better, reduce that glare right off your face coming off the screen. Be sure to head on over to gameradvantage.com. Not only are they great people, it's a fantastic product as well, but wasn't just them that helped us put this big old show together.
There's other foundations, other pillars of support that are going to make it happen. Of course, thank you so much to Community Gaming. You've heard of them, and we're going to mention them again. They're all part of what we have here to get this 5k prize pool coming your way. And they run weekly tournaments. You're talking Apex, you're talking Valorant, Super Smash Bros. Check it all out, grassroots tournaments and beyond from Community Gaming. And from them to us right here, right now, it's age to select, been and gone. We're heading to Breeze. Is it going to be done to Breeze? Are we going to see maybe a bit more of a one-sided affair? Good question. It is RIT Orange going to be taking on the Showstoppers. To be quite frank, to be real with you, not too much info on these teams. RIT Orange have been round the block in the sense of a couple of weeks worth of the Vanguard Championship Series over the past month or two. Not too much to write home about though. Not too many crazy results. Over inside of Showstoppers, what have you got to spill for Showstoppers, Dilly?
It really is another case of not a lot of data to go off of. 3 of these members from Showstopper are actually kind of making their competitive tournament debut, if the stats are to believe. I'm sure these are very, very talented players, make no mistake, because they are alongside some confirmed very talented players on the side of Showstoppers. Looking at Vasparel and Noodle, these are really, really strong players. Vasparel going to be holding it down on the Viper here for this match. Showstoppers going up against the Rochester Institute of Technology, and it's going to be the Rochester Institute of Technology getting the opening 3 kills, following it up with a 4th, and Troll trying to get some ground back, but Troll all on his lonesome. Gonna have to do some serious trolling to clutch this pistol round in. No clutch in the cards there for sure. Oh, Troll though does win out over Fable. A bit unexpected if you ask me, but really well done here. Plenty of time left on the clock. Not a plenty of HP left on the bar, though, for Troll.
No, sir. No, sir. Sitting at that red HP first round. Not great. Not ideal. And the Sheriff, that's going to be ideal. Then it's the Arcane Sheriff as well. You know how I feel about that Arcane Sheriff. I love it. Not everyone does. And talking of loving it, it's going to be Rochester loving the fact they've got off the goose egg. Just to go back to what we've seen in the group so far, to give you the update, as I know we don't actually actively have kind of the group stages to show you. RIT lost their first game. Showstoppers are 1-0 right now. And obviously RIT are 0-1 in these groups. Crucial games for the group stages. You've got to come out the gates hot, and Rochester, they kind of need to win this one.
Absolutely. This is very much do or die time here for Rochester. It is practically impossible to come out of the group. I'm just going to say it's impossible to come out of the group with a 1-2 record. It is simply impossible. So this is already on day 1. A do or die matchup for the Rochester Institute of Technology Orange squad here. Best of 1 in this round robin group stage here. And a much more slower affair, much more drawn out, but that's going to lead to Vision Killer getting the first blood here for RIT Orange. Oh, and the kills now coming in hot and heavy.
Oh, Flawless, hello. Yeah, baby, yeah. Austin Powers reference. That's the first time ever in cast I've done that. Yeah, good stuff coming in from RIT. It's your fault. You bring out the English in me, Dilly. It's your fault.
I do like a bit of football with my T, and so do RIT Orange. It would seem they like a bit of winning with their kills. Hunter 5-0-1, well on top of the leaderboard. And you said RIT Orange here, they need to win this game. Well, so far doing swimmingly. Here is a big test, though, in the form of this full buy here from Showstoppers. Let's see what they got. A chance for Showstoppers to show us what they're made of.
They found my wire.
Show us your moves. Show us the good stuff. What they got. Not much yet. Slowly but surely. A little bit of info. Just Vision Killer setting up for Bridge. Got the candy camera. The webcam is set up. The feed is live. And, whoa, still 10 players alive. Just over a minute left.
Troll now working this B site here. This is eyes closed on B site for RIT. They will finally get one more defender there in place, and that smoke coming in from Fable is going to block Troll's line of sight, but that's still enabled Showstoppers to work on over towards B site for this B hit, and now Fable's got the intel. He's got the drop on him, and there comes the recon bolt. Will reveal Fable. Fable though has reinforcements in the form of Goon Guy. What can they find? Troll's going to find the head of Fable. That's bad news for Goon Guy on B site here, finding damage as well through the wall, but Goon Guy stands strong, takes down Vasperal, and now on the hunt for a double kill here as the spike goes down. 4v4 retake situation.
4v4. Going for a couple more. Dr. Zeus looking to bring the magic to the server here with that arcane. Got the Phantom available as well. The frags are being exchanged 2 for 2. Make it 2 for 1.
Oh my goodness, 1v1 here. Troll, though, looking rather sketchy on the health bar. Doesn't matter! It doesn't matter. Troll with the triple kill. A Troll triple TM. That is a trademark and a half there. Troll does really well. Let's catch out this replay here. Really well played from Showstoppers. I mean, granted, RIT Orange were on the back foot in terms of the buy here, but they did so well with the tools at their disposal, and Troll just put the door in Vision Killer's face there with the triple kill. Nice clutch. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The nitty-gritty is Showstoppers. Despite that dub, look at this buy. It's not as strong as they would have liked.
Nah, that's flimsy. It's like a bowl of jelly. Just wobbling everywhere. Not what you want at all. Good start. That's not wobbly. That's sturdy from Zeus. The hand of God striking down nice and early with the operator. Love it. The glitch pop as well. Great ring to it, and a great ring of success as you get yourself into a 5 versus 4.
5 versus 4 here in Rochester Institute Technology. Orange squad looking to build upon that early lead that they've got themselves. Dr. Zeus rather, is going to have to come up big with that operator. That's a big investment early on, but you definitely have to agree that it is a necessary investment for this map specifically. These long sight lines really lend themselves to this kind of play. Who's going to come up with that big first shot so far? 49 seconds left on the clock. Oh, 4v5. Oh, almost a 3v5 there as Troll gets burned down low, but doesn't matter. Troll's still good for 1, having an absolute monster of a game so far.
The pit's up and the play is lit. The Viper's pit dominated over on A site. Placement has to be pristine as well. Covering so much of that site gives the ability that blocking all of that vision. Jiggle P coming in from backside from elbow as well here for the Showstoppers. Just play with her food at this point.
Oh, Hunter says, I'll eat all day. I'll make food of you very quickly. Finds the double kill. Vision Killer gets in on the action. RIT Orange, 1 kill away from securing a 3rd round on the board. And oh goodness, Troll is gonna, he's gonna eat right up. Vision Killer comes out of the smoke.
Time.
Comes through. Troll!
Time?
Troll! Is there time?
No, there's no time!
No!
Oh! That has to be 0.25. That's so damn close.
6-7 on the clock. Less than a second into it. Less than a second away from yet another Troll clutch. But it's RIT Orange. It's Vision Killer. Oh, they're getting eaten up. But it's RIT Orange with the clutch this time around.
No time.
Hunter.
So close to having that no time from Troll. Noble effort, but Noble's not going to be good enough. Hunter going to be hunting strong. Brings home that trophy, that prize trophy to put on the board, put on the mantle. 3-1 for RIT. You're feeling it right now where they know they need to win this, and they're all checked in for the win. Noodle wants to try to do everything to stop that, though. The frenzy, try to go crazy, try to go mental, but only so much you can do against the full buy.
Absolutely, only so much you can do here. Dr. Zeus playing a very dangerous game here. Vision Killer, though, able to capitalize on that position, taking down Noodle. The news keeps getting better and better for RIT Orange here on the defending side. But Troll, still a thorn in their side, finds the kill onto Zeus. Dr. Zeus, Goon Guy gonna clean him up, but still, Showstoppers showing how dangerous they can be. Yeah, good shock dart here. Spike being thought about by RIT Orange. Fable there takes down Knight, and Hunter closes out the round. So no Thrifty for Showstoppers here, and now they've got to recollect themselves early on. They're the ones coming into this game with the victory, but so far they're the ones who've been put on the back foot.
Wouldn't believe it if I was just watching this game. And I think safe for Rochester, probably thinking, are you sure they won their first match? Are we sure about that? Early days, though. Early days to be making such hot takes on the plays. Taking it round by round. Just trying to ease yourself into this game and not getting too secure. Keep yourself humble. And maybe a humbling moment coming in from Showstoppers if they can get this round.
They definitely have a lot of tools at their disposals to serve up some humble pie here. The Seekers, the Seekers coming out here, the Hunter's Fury as well in the pocket for the Showstoppers. I desperately wanted to call the Hunter's Fury the Showstopper, but that is not correct. What isn't correct is how Showstoppers are playing this round. They're falling victim to the rifles of RIT Orange. Knight here with a tall task indeed ahead of them. RIT Orange, though, been clinical thus far in this matchup. 5-1 over the Showstoppers, but as Kappa said, you can't get too comfortable yet. What was the scoreline of the last game? 5-0 before we went to quadruple overtime, but so far not as even as an affair. Showstoppers here gonna call an early timeout.
I like this.
And this is, I was just gonna say, this is something we touched on in the previous game that teams kind of shy away from, but Showstoppers not shying away from it, I think, to their credit. And Kappa, what do you think they're talking about here in this timeout?
If you're down and out, figure it out, right? You've got to get yourself out of that rut, and that's what they're trying to do right now. Just being like, okay, where are their strong plays? And they've been trying to ramrod their way into sight on A. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it at all. Maybe go for the fake recon, maybe chuck up the toxic screen and do the rotation. They've really got to start playing with their food, if you will, in the sense of just getting the mind games and trying to inflict some mental damage onto RIT. At this moment in time, I don't want to say they're feeding, because they're not at all, but most certainly you've got to be cautious, especially on Breeze, just holding W and Ramrod in sight. You're not always going to get that reward that you might get on Bind, on Haven, on Split. You really have to put the thinking cap on for Breeze.
Absolutely. This is a brain-intensive map. Make no mistake about it. And that's why it was so frustrating, I think, when this map first came out. These long distances, these long sightlines, they force a little more out of a team strategically than, say, a map like Icebox, which we've seen very popular. But you've seen how standardized the attack gets on a map like that, where the encounters are so well thought out. Here on Breeze, it's much more of a blank canvas. These teams having to throw their own colors down. So far, RIT Orange painting the map orange, up 5-1. What can Showstoppers do about it? The Blade Storm in the hands of 301. What are they going to find? They're so far just going to find the business end of a bullet, courtesy Vision Killer.
The business end of a bullet indeed, and it's business as usual when a flawless, dominated force from RIT. I think you said it perfectly, mate. Painting the town orange, painting Breeze orange, and that's all they're seeing right now. Just pavement full on orange. No showstopper in sight from what we can see right now. At least it's a distance away. That timeout, I like what we saw from that. They tried to work with a little bit more of a mid-fake, tried to alternate things around, but it's not going to cut the mustard. Not going to cut the mustard against RIT.
Nah, indeed, and I will say there, now they've got a full buy here for Showstoppers. This is only Showstoppers, I believe, second full buy of the match thus far. So a golden ticket opportunity for them to stop the bleeding, but the pressure is really starting to mount on the Showstoppers here. They don't want to fall victim to a quick hit from RIT Orange here on Breeze. Goon Guy, though, looking to find a quick hit of their own, pushed up so aggressively up in this mid corridor. That's all kinds of real estate, and that's all kinds of damage coming out from Goon Guy, getting the first blood for RIT Orange.
Goon Guy checks in, switches off the light, and says, Showstoppers, just stop. Just stop right now in your tracks. Cut it out. Stop being such a pain in our side. Early days, and they're already at 5-4. 1 minute, he's just gone. 58 seconds. Ooh, make that another frag as well. Great plays over at mid. Astra dominating the middle of the map, the middle of Cosmos.
Oh man, this is just all RIT all day. Another flawless, but this time it wasn't on a thrifty buy. It was a flawless on a full buy for Showstoppers. So RIT Orange making a statement here in their second game of group stages, showing they are here to play. They are here to win. And RIT Orange, it has to be said, settling in nicely after having dropped that first game of the group stage. They're not letting that hold them back whatsoever. You love to see it. For the side of Showstoppers, they've got to wake up here. They may have come into this match a little too comfortable, a little too confident, and now they are being served a whole heaping helping, a humble buy. Showstoppers, 3 big game-changing ultimates in the pocket. What are they going to do with them?
Wake up and smell the Red Bull. That's what you got to do. Showstopper have 3 ults, right? You got Neural Theft, you got your Viper's Pit, you got the Hunter's Fury, but newsflash, those really are not ults to get you site access, right? That being said, what does give you site access or site denial is being that aggressive, the heal coming in, the regrowth coming in clutch for
Hunter
the likes of RIT.
Hunter having a standout performance here in this first half. Just undeniable in the mid corridor. Goon Guy going to get in on the action. Dr. Zeus.
Please.
Oh no, Noodle puts a stop to that. Noodle trying to find a second kill here to try and defend the spike with, but it's all gone red for the red side of the map. RIT Orange clean up. Now their 8th round out of 9 here in the first half. RIT Orange cruising, and I have to be said, we started out the first game with what was a stomp from one side. It was a cruise from Third Impact to go up 5-0 over Hot Thoughts, but the difference here that we're seeing RIT Orange over Showstoppers is Hot Thoughts in that slide. They were still making impact frags. They were still bringing Third Impact to the brink. We're not really seeing that from Showstoppers going up against RIT Orange. Not only is this as a stomp in terms of score, this is a stomp in terms of how these rounds are playing up. So Showstoppers really need to mix up their approach to try and unstick this RIT defense. So far, RIT's defense watertight here, but Basperal now trying to find a leak, takes down Fable, opens the door onto B site for the Showstoppers.
They've got sight. They've got the spike down as well. There goes the Viper Spin. This is much better. They need to do something with a frag to gain entry. Now they've got entry. They've got to lock it down. Hold this site. This is the attacker-sided map. 52% towards that attacker side. And right now, Showstoppers, they've been slipping. They've been falling, but they're not falling now. It's 5 versus 2. It's great.
Absolutely brilliant coordination here from Showstoppers to hold down the site. All they needed to use was that Viper's Pit, and they still keep some high impact ultimates in the pocket to close this half out with. So we love to see that for the Showstoppers here. They need to close out this half. It would have to be saved perfectly to have a good shot of taking down the second.
Well, there's a shot at something here for Showstoppers. It's potentially the 9-3 curse. You know what I mean? That's something that you got to talk about. It is a thing. It is a thing. It happens. I actually came back from 11-1 the other day. Yes, it was ranked, but anything is possible in Valorant, and that's a pulse check, a lifeline for the Showstoppers. They've still got ults available too, but so do RIT. The Viper's Pit going to block any attempt to push through Cave and Shop, and that's a stick in the spokes here for the likes of Showstoppers, but they got something up their sleeve, an attempt, but not a trick.
The Seekers from Showstoppers respond to the Viper's Pit of RIT Orange, but it's not quite enough. What is enough is Dr. Zeus on the off. Goodness gracious, Dr. Zeus with the triple kill now, leaving Knight all on their lonesome, but what a play from Dr. Zeus to completely stunt the momentum of the Showstoppers quadra kill coming up from the Jet on the op.
Showstoppers saying, hey, is this vacant at site? And a hard response coming through. No, says Dr. Zeus. The hand slaps them away and flicks them into the next round of the day. Talking of that, this round, last round and a half. Last chance saloon for the likes of Showstoppers if they want anything to do with that 9-3 curse reverse.
Absolutely. This is last chance saloon here for the Showstoppers in the first half. It has been nothing but tumultuous here for them, courtesy of Hunter and RIT Orange. Hunter gonna pick up another kill. That is 16-3 on the half there for Hunter. Absolutely unbelievable.
Beast.
This is not an unrated game just jumping around the map. This is LAN, and this is LAN against a team that's already got a win on LAN, and yet they are having the business dealt to them via Hunter on the Astra. Now RIT Orange, it is a 4v4. Showstoppers with control of the B site, but RIT Orange have been so formidable. Let's see how they tackle this retake.
A little bit of a bunny hop coming in from that Sky ability. 4 versus 3. That 9. Oh, sorry, 4 versus 4. Pardon me. That 9-3 attempt is there. It's a possibility, but Vision Killer just playing trigger discipline game here. Gets the one done and puts it to the 4 versus 2 Showstoppers. What can you do? 4 versus 1. 1 frag. More needed here. And this is looking a potential of something happening.
Oh, 301's got to come up absolutely massive, but the defuse, it's too cute. It's too quick. Hunter, guts of steel, nerves of steel, holds the defuse. That is a 10-2 half. Courtesy of RIT Orange, switching over to the red side.
I would be really interested to see once this game is done, and you said it yourself, not just frags coming in from Hunter, you put that 16-3 aside and say, hey, nice KDR, but I want to see the first bloods, man. I want to see the first bloods. I think it's going to be close to double figures. I think it has to be at least like 6 or 8 first bloods coming in. And to have a play like that on your team, so impactful. So damn impactful. And it's beyond that. It's frags on top of first bloods. You can't ask more from an Astra for your top frag.
No, I mean, that is just, this is not, you know, this is right up there with Battle Sage in terms of unexpected top frag, you know. It's just not how things are done in the top frag land, but Hunter says traditions be damned. I'm leading the scoreboard, and now RIT Orange leading the way into the second half.
Hunter says, you had turkey? Well, I had a veggie sausage, and I'm still popping off for Thanksgiving.
Cage trigger.
I used to be a vegetarian, by the way. That is a valid comment. Turkey is the way for me now. No tryptophan for these players, though. Wakey, eggs are bakey. Frags coming up nice and early here for the Showstoppers. Off you go. Nice as you like. Good stuff here from Showstoppers. Put it to the 4 versus 2. Cypher and Sky left a couple eyes on the action here for Rochester. Saying that, though, it's all down to one lonely Cypher, one lonely Lurker, and lights out, off you go.
Thanks.
Big round. Humongous round here for Showstoppers, and just divvying out who wants that defuse, who wants to get a little bit closer to that ultimate. First half, a great start here for the Showstoppers. Expecting to see a buy, there you go. Couple of Spectres, a few Sheriffs. I'd expect to see a full buy. I'd encourage a full buy here for Showstoppers. They need to get this if they want to do anything to stop RIT just completely running and lapping them in this race to the finish line. Hunter wasn't able to be as impactful with that pistol round as has been game long, but goes to show if you've got that one player that's just popping off on all cylinders, you have to support that. You can't rely on that solo carry.
Have to support your team, indeed, and the support is in spades, and it's not gonna matter. It's just all news to Noodle, picking up the quadra kill. Knight will put the cap on it. No ace for Noodle, but I don't think Noodle gives a dang. What a play up mid, and RIT Orange throw a thrifty round to the wind, and let's catch another view of that.
Spectre delight. I love the Spectre. Really, really do. And that's why, because the movement you can have with Spectre, you can tiptoe, you don't have the tiptoe effect, you can just breakdance around players with that Spectre. You can move as fast as you like. Eddie Guerrero, like movement, crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy movement, get rewarded in kind. We need to see more of that from Showstoppers.
Absolutely, and Showstoppers here have done well to get themselves some confidence building rounds. That is key in a point like this. They just need to prove to themselves more so than anyone else that they can pick up these round wins, and they're showing that right here, right now. They've got to pick up a few more, but so far, for Showstoppers, the future looking brighter in the second than it did in the first. RIT Orange now. They need to mount the response here. How will they do it? So far playing over towards B site. There is defenders waiting for them in the form of Vasperal. It's gonna take the kill onto his rival Cypher, but meanwhile it's Goon Guy and Dr. Zeus tipping the scales in the form of RIT Orange, but it's coming in quick with the kills. RIT Orange up 3-2 as the spike goes down.
Coming in quick indeed. Looking like the future's orange right now. Pure orange sunsets in the distance. Number advantage. Right in the hands here for RIT. Showstoppers, really tough retake. Like, I think the toughest of retakes here. Though it is about Breeze, but retakes not to be favored. Down to the 2-on-2 though. Looking doable for the Showstoppers.
They've got to work against the time here, and they've got to work against Dr. Zeus. That is a tall 2 enemies, and Dr. Zeus gets it done with the classic. That is RIT Orange inching ever closer towards match point here in the second half. Spectacular stuff from the team that, it has to be said, is coming in with a chip on their shoulder, down 0-1 in this group, putting on a great performance to right the ship.
Yeah, you got to put in a brave face. If you're down in groups, you have to do something special. Dr. Zeus, by name and by nature, top frag of the team, competing with Hunter. Not going to beat Hunter on First Bloods, I can tell you that much, but beating in frags for the time being. And as Valorant progresses, more and more agents are just storming to the front of the pack. We've seen Battle Vipers, as was described by Catinator earlier on this stream, and we're seeing Battle Astras likewise stepping up to the plate.
Absolutely. This is a ooh, gosh, I interrupt myself here, getting interrupted by 301. Getting the op kill onto Goon Guy. Noodle chimes in with the shot on the Vision Killer. Gets the double kill onto Dr. Zeus. The Showstoppers say the show hasn't stopped yet. Vasperal takes down Fable. It's just Hunter, the top frag on the server. What are they going to do about these 5 remaining defenders? They're going to find 1. They're going to find 2. And goodness me gracious, they will not find a 3. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't believe. And Showstoppers now have picked up 3 of the 4 rounds in this second half, doing excellently here to recover.
Indeed they are. That moment from Hunter there, by the way, just as we're going to go on to what looks like an eco, some reserve funds here for the likes of RIT. That reminded me of there's a chamber clutch that Ethos did recently over on B site, and or excuse me, A site, and it looked very similar to what we're seeing. Hunter's posture correct, using the cover very, very well. And I think that's the difference between the 2 teams right now. RIT, they just seem more confident.
Absolutely. Confidence is key. And Showstoppers, as we touched on earlier in this half, they did excellently well to get themselves those confidence-building rounds, and now it's their turn to capitalize. What can RIT Orange do about it? They're going to rely heavily on this Bladestorm here, but it may be too little too late as Noodle takes down Fable up mid. Really aggressive play here. Closing in on Knight is Vision Killer, but Knight is more than ready to greet the flank. Takes down Vision Killer. That's a double kill for Knight as Showstoppers now 5v3, make it 5v2. Dr. Zeus finally gets the revenge onto Knight, but as I said earlier, too little, too late. The solo spike carrier of Hunter walking on over towards A site, but the vigilant eyes of the Showstoppers scouring the map, looking for these last 2 remaining attackers. 40 seconds on the clock, rather. barring a miracle here. Oh,
okay.
I was going to say
okay.
Showstoppers round. Is there a miracle here? 30 seconds left. Let's find out.
This would be such an upset. This would surely spell GG. Just in short in the chat if they're able to put this to wrap. Here comes the heal. The regrowth, giving Showstoppers a little bit of a chance to breathe.
Dr. Zeus, rather, with no gun other than the classic, is going to lose out to Vasperal. Now Hunter with a tall task and just a Sheriff finding the damage, not finding the kills. Vasperal closes it out for Showstoppers. It's a 6th round on the board here for Showstoppers, etching away at that deficit.
That they are. Painting the picture on the Etch-a-Sketch. Did you ever use an Etch-a-Sketch, Tilly, or is that just my generation? Yeah, you use Etch-a-Sketch? Yeah.
Your generation, we're like the same age.
I'm a little bit older than you. A little bit older, man. Just a little bit.
Technology doesn't move that fast, old man. I've used an Etch-a-Sketch before, and I'm sure
back in my day,
most of our audience have as well, as we get a nice little Etch-a-Sketch view of the map. I'll take another view onto the top of the leaderboard. It's Dr. Zeus dethroning Hunter, but those kills mean nothing. They let Showstoppers crawl their way back into this one. RIT Orange here, they can smell this first victory for them here at this event. They are so close. It would be disastrous for it all to fall apart right here in the second half, but it very well may. If Showstoppers have anything to say about it. Oh, and they've got nothing to say after that. Dr. Zeus snipes down Vasperal with one heck of a flick. 5v4 RIT as the spike goes down.
Shut your mouth is what that operator shot just said. Hunter's Fury does some from Night, put it to 4 versus 3. Showstoppers having some trouble seeking the victory on this retake.
Some trouble indeed, and that's even more trouble. Dr. Zeus raining terror down upon the defenders. Vision Killer gets in on the action, and Hunter closes it out. That is match point for RIT Orange. 6 rounds in a row required from the Showstoppers to bring us into an OT, but I won't.
Ooh. Hello. Flick of the wrist. Flick of that east. Practicing those all over the aim lab and translating right here into the server. We've already spoken too much about the composition. We talked about some toxic screens early on. But for RIT, what I think is working so well is the combination of the toxic screen from Viper, of the Nebulas from Astra. It gives you so much to work with, especially when you're in that attacking side.
Yeah, you definitely have to wonder if that is a missing piece here in the Showstoppers puzzle. 301 trying to be the keystone. 301 coming up big for the squad with the double kill. Showstoppers, they're not done yet. This is a big round for them. This is the round for them, as will be any preceding rounds. And so far, 4v2 now, but RIT are no strangers to a miraculous victory. They could find one again here, but not very many options on the table, and none of them look very delicious here for RIT Orange. That being said, Vision Killer is going to make a meal out of 301, tipping the scales a little bit back towards their favor, but now the time is really starting to wane.
Fable looking to make this a full-blown story, not just a fable, the story that many will be told for years. This is what we did at LAN. This is what we put on the table in the second match of our group stage. Such an important land to many a player here, and that's not to be taken away. Fable making a story out of it after all.
Viper's Pit comes out as well. That is huge here for RIT Orange. They have got such a chokehold on this site. Showstoppers now need to be careful here. They need to not rush this, but the time is going to make them rush it nonetheless. Here it comes. 2v2 through the Viper's Pit. Noodle scouting out the outer edges, making sure they have to cut through this pie. And Vasperal cuts right through the heart, and Vasperal gets the double kill. 1v2 Showstoppers stop the show on B site. 7 rounds in the pocket.
Stop the clock just for now. Just for the moment. Have a chance to discuss with the gang. All right, well, we're not out just yet, but what else have we got in the tank? Operator is going to be salvaged for the Showstoppers. Really good in the defense. Let's watch that again. It was perfect timing and so delicately just prancing around the edge of that Viper's pit. You're right. You don't need to go in aggro. Take your time, and it pays off.
You say you don't need to go in aggro, but that very well may have been what Vasperal did. Oh, man, the guts it takes to take even one step into an enemy Viper's pit cannot be understated. I can't really think of very many other more intimidating situations than that one right there. Still, Vasperal had the confidence to not just push through, but to win it as well. And Showstoppers showing how they took the first game of groups. Can they take a second here with this comeback? So far, they're starting to get the momentum under their feet. They've looked very dangerous here in the second half, and now they've got a neural theft in the pocket there to work out this RIT play. RIT stacking their members over towards the B side of the map. They struggled with that side in the previous round. Let's see if they take another crack at it, if it changes a little bit differently.
Go. Spray's coming through. Trading 2 will be RIT. They've got site access. Are they going to shut it down at bottom of the construction sides, though? Every round is back against the wall here for Showstoppers. Such a lot of pressure to have in the best of one scenario. The flank not going to be enabled as well. Vision Killers shuts that down right away. It's a 4 versus 2, Dilly.
And that's the hero of the last round taken out. That's Vasperal down. And now there are no more heroes. RIT Orange take their first victory of the Valorant Midwest Showdown. They move to 1-1 in the group alongside Showstoppers as they move into their final round-robin match of the day.
I was having a look at just some of the action from the other groups. I think it was Cosmic Divide talking about the sort of the struggle they're going to have and kind of what's to come. And back on with the lights, camera, action. There you go. Yeah, I think this is a big time for all the teams. You've got into your group. You've gone 1 for 1. You've got to take it in your stride and just try and pace yourself for the rest of the group.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is a marathon, not a sprint. We've still got days left in this event, and
days.
It should be said as well. You know, these teams they've been in this situation before, but not in this setting before. These are experienced players, but not at LAN. There is going to be your MVP. It was a close, tight race at the top for that MVP. Dr. Zeus just edging out Hunta for top honors, 21-12 and 5. Getting 5 assists on the Jet. Gotta say, no small feat there.
No, always worth a pat on the back. But what really is going to be, well, like a pat on the head of like, good job, good work, is going to be to those first bloods. I'd love to have a look at the scoreboard if we could once we have soaked in, absorbed that match MVP. First bloods for Hunter. Was I a bit off the mark? It was only 3. It felt like more.
It felt like more. It felt like every single
10.
round.
I couldn't have been more wrong, but either way, across the board for the team, I think every player, bar one, got a bunch of first bloods. You love to see it.
Absolutely. And I think it's really surprising here just to see that. I think if you blindly looked at this match without a scoreboard, you would have said Fable had a bigger impact than what that KDA implies, and
100%.
You'd be exactly right. Fable was a key component to closing out that match with the Viper util, with that positioning, and so massive credit to the whole side of RIT Orange there, the Rochester Institute of Technology. They took a hit in the first game of their group stage, but they picked themselves right back up to bring themselves up to even keel there in the group stage alongside Showstoppers. So some tense action. It's coming down to the wire here at the Valorant Midwest Showdown, and we are going to show you one more game here tonight. It is going to be Third Impact taking the stage yet again, so we eagerly await that match. We're going to take a quick break here, and we'll bring you that action ASAP, but stick around. Definitely don't want to miss it.
We'll be talking.